I've been a science and mathematics teacher and then a chemical engineer. I try to keep up with the discoveries and theories of physicists. String theory, for example. They're shaping new words and metaphors in their quest. This poem's epigraph quotes Stephen Hawking. Mankind's greatest achievements have come about by talking. If we discover a complete theory, it should in time be understandable by everyone, not just a few scientists. Love and the 11 dimensions of twisted string. The great story of something, handed down on a remote island in the South Pacific, divines the world as an enormous giant turtle, ocean waves lapping onto its back, kept steady by sitting on another giant turtle, who sits on another, who balances on yet another, and so on. It's turtles all the way down. The prophet on the stony greys of an Atlantic island sees the twisting of the windswept fleece to a skein as the necessary pain for love in the world. The twisted string that's stronger, and not the rope that strangles. The scientist's strings are tuned to everything. Their lengths with no breadth or height, a quant veil sweeping through time. They hunt the cosmic ocean through ghost fields, hiding the infinities of their equations. Balance particle on particle all the way down. Spin dual meanings in the foam of plasma wavicles that quicken the mystery clouds of dark matter to tell someday the great story of something from nothing. The shamans, scribes, and scientists weave the twisted string, trusting with courage that what is true is beautiful and good. And no matter how things turn out, what they do has meaning, turning nouns, balancing on adjectives, into verbs all the way down. Then there's us, just eating your apple tart that never fails to balance the tart in the sweet, who speak mere words in unmeasured degrees of freedom to keep the world steady in the supersymmetry of love.
The poems I'm going to read to you tonight are from my debut collection, How to Lose Your Home and Save Your Life. They're drawn from 6 years of experience, a series of events that kicked off when I was made redundant. I contacted my mortgage lender, asked them to put my loan on interest only for a short time while I figured out what I was going to do next. The bank issued instructions, I followed them, only to discover later that they went far beyond what I'd asked them to do, breached the Consumer Protection Code, and placed my home and long-term financial security at risk. At any other time, the mistake might have been spotted, but this was 2008, and unbeknownst to us all, we were standing on the edge of an abyss. The tiger's tail. City, a howl of chemical laughter. Menace fingers the air, seeking purchase in the drunken smoulder of narrow streets. Young girls toss iron curtains of ebony hair, shared tribal headdress. Tiger sucklings, knock-kneed, moon-eyed calves, they perch on the heights of borrowed triumph. Prada, Miu Miu, Louboutin. Fierce children, almost feral, wresting frenzied joy from the teeth of new calamity. Night yawns deep, and they do not know it. Car headlamps sweep the junction, horns blare. Ground shifting beneath them again. The girls totter into the bloom of darkness, each on milky limbs, pale and slender as a birch.
This first poem is called Life on Mars. Your pea-green body rubs against me. You were still asleep as I watched sunrise over Alba Mons. I heard yesterday that you would leave me for a human girl half your years. The dome of the sun clips the horizon, burning its red rim. I hear you mumble in your sleep. I remember I asked, what do you wish for? But your elliptic visions led you astray. One of their short summers was all it took. Now I feel guilty, helping you learn their barbish words. Or was it the loss of tenderness in my touch? Was I the first to stop locking noses before you'd leave for evening shift on the ice caps? I look for a way to recapture that alien heart, to refire our dying love. A silver bead of sweat runs down your face. I want to wipe it dry, to trace my palm across the creases of your neck, fold my fingers through the vortex of your gland. But my skin has grown warm and it's time to get dressed. I count the moons and watch the stars fading. It glitters in the distance. Sometimes I wonder, is that planet cursed? Tell me something about Earth, I'd say. You'd hate the shorter days, you replied. The dry white whispers faded to nothing. I watched the night exit. Love can die anywhere.
First of all, I'd like to thank Poetry Ireland, especially Ayoma, who's been great for the last couple of weeks. And just on a sad note, my friend and my fellow Skylight poet, Kevin O'Shea, died a couple of days ago, and I'd like to dedicate this reading to him. I was born in Scotland, and but my mother's Irish, and I was reared a Catholic, and when I was a child, I was very concerned about the souls of the people that were living around me, especially my best friend. So this is a poem about that. It's called Conversion. Come in here. I lead her in, the schoolgirl heathen, into the dark pavilion of her salvation. Come, see the statues that still breathe frankincense there, candles flickering like souls to be saved. And we can light candles ourselves for hungry black babies and drop in our pennies. But she cannot resist the coin clink, the lock no match for Protestant hands, the promise of sweets greater than fear. We run together, baptized again in laughing bright air.